Okay, my name is Jenifer, and I am 56 years old, a mom and wife, an accounting person, and I started working with Get Trained Coaching almost a year ago. And I was having difficulty with shoulder mobility and strength and mobility in my hip with knee pain.
Knee pain, hip pain. I'll ask a question. Yeah, cool. So basically the first question is, what were you struggling with before working together? Shoulder, knee, hip. Those are the main areas.
So originally I walked in because I was having difficulty just pressing anything over my head. I felt like I had lost a significant amount of shoulder strength, and I wasn't sure if I'd actually injured myself because the pain was uncomfortable to that degree.
And then we started going through the process. We looked at the shoulder a lot, and we really got the shoulder in a good position pretty quickly. And then you mentioned previous surgery on the knee and then the hip issues. Yeah. And then we went down a longer rabbit hole for the rest of the year, really looking at those areas. So if you could talk to me more about the previous knee stuff and hip stuff.
So I had participated in a duathlon, and I had, in that activity, managed to break off some cartilage in my knee, and that required me to have a scoping type of procedure to remove, clean it out. Everything looked great, but the recovery initially was a lot of PT, which was really helpful. But I remember the PT person telling me, like, hey, I feel like you need an additional 8 weeks, and that was not approved. So I quickly just jumped back into CrossFit, went back to just doing what I'd been doing before, which was Olympic weightlifting, and CrossFit classes combined. And then, life happened. We moved, stopped going to class, new city, several gyms later, COVID, and now fast forward to now. So, I didn't really recover from that, and I didn't realize it until I met you.
I'm glad we met. So what issues were you running into when you were trying to get back into, so post-COVID, moving, coming here, landing at GSC, what issues were you having when you jumped into class again, 2025?
Just certain areas of the knee were agitated. The knee didn't feel very strong. It felt like maybe my hip wasn't engaging or my glutes weren't engaging properly. I just felt like my entire right leg needed to be retrained, and my brain needed to be retrained on how to engage it properly so that I wasn't experiencing all the pain.
Okay. Leads nicely into, what specific results or changes did you see when we worked together?
It definitely became stronger. It was a little bit of a transition. In the beginning, it felt like more pain than I was anticipating. But then as time went on, the pain did dissipate and was able to do more, got stronger. It just took more time than I anticipated. And honestly, we've had this conversation. I think it was just simply lack of training and my age at the time. So, just having to retrain everything to get everything moving in the proper way.
So what are you able to do now that you weren't able to do beginning of 2025?
Snatches, cleans, jerks, all the things that I was really doing on the regular basis, squatting, whether it be wall balls or just back squats, front squats, all of those things I'm able to do now, and I'm loving that.
That's cool. I know that's your bread and butter right there.
Right there.
I think the other thing, I'm going to guide you on this one because I always remind you of this, but I made you watch and do all that boring education stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I do feel like that has been a game changer for you because you now know when to push, when to pull back, when to go, when to not go, and like the whole load versus capacity equation. So how can you elaborate on that? How has that been for you from like your own little arsenal and toolbox?
Okay, so when I was first cut loose on my own, I was not pushing those limits. Nowhere near it. it's taken, let's see, October. So 5 months since I was working with you and your team, and just now in the last month have I really pushed the limits to see where it is. And it's far exceeded where I was in October. So I find myself really pushing a little bit harder and trying to test the limits a little bit harder, depending on the activity and what is entailed. If it's anything, load where you're pulling all that load to your body or like using your body to push the load, I find myself just like packing on the plates now to really find out where that is, because it has moved out significantly. Also, I know we laughed a little bit about this and you told me it was hokey, but the breathing techniques are 100% a game changer.
Yep. That took 100%. That took some convincing, but it is.
It is.
Yeah. Good. All right. That's definitely going on social media. Did you have any doubts or hesitations before signing up to work with us?
Yeah. I felt like you were selling me the circus, and I'm looking out from the outside going, you're joking, right?
Keep going. Keep going. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant, but I fully trusted where you were taking me. And so I just had to let my other, assumptions and what I thought to be fact in my 38 to 45-year-old body. And I needed to leave that behind because that's not what is right now.
You trusted the strange English.
I had to.
Good.
And it worked.
It was worth it?
It was worth it.
Good. Happy days. Okay, kind of asked this one, so I'm going to rephrase it. What's different in your life now since we worked together, like day to day, even outside of the gym maybe?
There's activity every day. There's, walking, and even if I'm experiencing some discomfort, I will stretch, try to get mobile quickly, and then just keep the movement happening. And that tends to be the most favorable advantage. If there's no lag time, I'm just in it, I'm doing it, and, making it to the gym several times a week and doing that too.
Movement is medicine. So you'd say you have a happier dog and a well-groomed garden right now, because you can do a little more of that?
No garden right now because it's cold, winter, but yeah, the dog's pretty stoked.
Good. All right. Happy days. Who would you recommend Get Trained coaching for? Who do you think is best suited for?
Well, if anyone is experiencing any kind of limitation in their mobility, pain, discomfort from whether it's barbell cycling or just basic CrossFit movement, I feel like anything where you're focusing on something specific like we did, then there's advantages to that, but then also like the other techniques that you brought to the equation as well. I'm finding those all to be incredibly helpful. So yeah.
All right. Awesome. The breath work, all that kind of stuff that you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just got to hammer that one home. All right, beautiful. Anything else I think I should ask? No?
No.
Anything else you want to add?
I would do it all again.
Amen. There we go. All right.